Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Awards Gambit. Today, we're going to be starting our Emmy predictions. This is our first video for the 2023 Emmy Awards, which will be happening this September. Today is June 22nd. The Emmys are scheduled for September 18th, so we're about 3 months out, and nominations will be announced on July 12th. So we're about 3 weeks away from nominations, and today we're going to be kicking off our Emmy predictions with drama categories. So we're going to be doing drama series and the drama acting categories. So let's get to it. So for drama series, it is a pretty competitive field, and there are going to be 8 nominations for drama series. So, number 1 in first place, I have Succession, of course, because it's the best show ever. And I think right now it's looking good for the win. It's already won twice. It is just the most well-written, well-acted show on television, and yeah, I think it's looking good. Number 2 is The White Lotus. The White Lotus was a huge phenomenon when it came out in October. This is the second season. Last year it won in limited, and it almost swept. It won 5 of the 7 main categories. And I think that it's going to get in very easily for drama series because season 2 is even more acclaimed than season 1, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was awesome. So yeah, White Lotus. Number 3, I have Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul has been nominated for like 40 something Emmys, I believe, and has never won any, unfortunately. I love Better Call Saul. And this is for the final season, the final episodes that came out last summer. And they get in almost every time they're in contention, I believe, Better Call Saul. So I don't see why it won't get in this year, especially with a field of 8. So yeah, look out for Better Call Saul. Hopefully it wins something this year. Number 4, I have The Crown. The Crown won Best Drama Series for its last season, season 4, 2 years ago. And now in season 5, they have like their new set of actors, and it's like much later in the Queen's life. So, but I still think it's gonna get in. It's gotten in every time it's been eligible for drama series, and it's The Crown, it's Netflix. It's definitely gonna get in. In 5th place, I have Yellow Jackets. I personally am a huge fan of Yellow Jackets. Season 1 was awesome, and it got in for drama series last year. And season 2 I also loved, and I think that maybe it got some mixed reception, and I don't know if that many people were really talking about it, but I still think it's gonna get in just because it's like this cool new show and it's really creative. It's kind of like Lost, and so yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing some Yellow Jackets nominations on Emmy nomination morning. Number 6, I have The Last of Us. I have not watched The Last of Us, but it was this huge phenomenon when it came out earlier this year. Everyone was talking about it. It's kind of cool that it's like you don't really hear about like a drama series for any contention that is like based on a video game. So I think that aspect will definitely help. And Pedro Pascal, everybody loves him. I think that it's definitely going to get in. So I think that those top 6 are pretty safe. That is Succession, The White Lotus, Better Call Saul, The Crown, Yellow Jackets, and The Last of Us. They're pretty safe. The last 2 spots, I think, are a little bit iffier. Harder to figure out what's going to get in there. But for my number 7, I have Andor. Andor is in the Star Wars universe, and I've heard nothing but good things. Everybody loves Star Wars. Star Wars is one of the most popular, beloved franchises ever. And I think that this will this will crack in for sure. In my last spot for drama series, number 8, I put in Bad Sisters. Bad Sisters is an Irish TV show on Apple TV Plus. This is its first season. It is a really fascinating premise about these 5 sisters who are sort of plotting to kill one of their husbands. And yeah, I think that it'll be kind of like the cool news show to break in. Apple TV Plus, we know, is a heavy hitter when it comes to the Emmys. Ted Lasso has won twice. Severance got in last year. So I think that this year, Bad Sisters might be the Apple TV representative for drama series. So yeah. So those are my top 8 for drama series. I have a few runner-up spoilers that I want to mention might crack in. One of them is House of the Dragon, and obviously Game of Thrones, sort of spin-off, and they love Game of Thrones. It won drama series, I think, 4 times, and on top of getting hundreds of nominations and dozens of wins. So House of the Dragon could, sneak in there. And I know that the Game of Thrones fans really liked House of the Dragon for the most part. I just don't really know how much it's been talked about since it premiered late last year. So we'll see. Another runner-up I have is The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian has gotten into drama series before, and season 3 was, I didn't hear much about season 3. I think it was well received. I just don't really know that many people that talked about it. And the reason I don't have it in is because I don't think they're going to put in 2 Star Wars universe television shows. I'm not going to put in The Mandalorian and Andor. So I'm just keeping The Mandalorian in my honorable mentions categories for now. And my last honorable mention that I will sort of put out there is Yellowstone. Yellowstone hasn't gotten much Emmy love. I'm actually not sure if it's gotten any nominations, but it's a very popular show. Everyone loves it. Everyone talks about it. Some people say that it's like Succession, like on a ranch or whatever. And it could sneak in. I think it got a SAG Ensemble nomination last year. And it's a pretty cool show. I don't know how accessible Paramount Plus is, so that could be an issue and, a barrier in getting Yellowstone into the Emmy race, but could make it in. So, that is what I have for the drama series category. The next category that I want to go over is drama actor. Drama leading actor. So, in first place for drama actor, I have Jeremy Strong for Succession. Succession is obviously an Emmys juggernaut, and Jeremy Strong has won before. He won in 2020 for season 2. And he had some really good material this season. And he did a really good job in the finale. And he had a lot to do and was kind of a big, loud role in the whole thing. So he's definitely going to get in. Number 2, I have Kieran Culkin for Succession. This is his first year going lead. He was nominated in supporting for seasons 2 and 3. And I think he's definitely going to get in. Kieran Culkin is so good on Succession. I feel like he's sort of like the one who's not taken seriously, given how Roman can be sometimes a little erratic, a little hot-headed. And I just think Kieran plays the role so well. And I think he's going to get in. He could even win, I think, because he has not won for Succession yet. Jeremy Strong has won already. So, yeah. Number 3 for drama actor, as I'm sure some of you could guess, is Brian Cox for Succession. Logan Roy is CEO of Waystar Royco. He's also the patriarch of the Roy family. He demands the screen. He is an amazing television character. Something that I don't think he's going to win this category. And for those of you who have seen Succession, season 4, you know why I think that. And spoiler alert, if you haven't watched season 4 yet, which I hope all of you have, maybe leave this video for a minute, but Logan dies in episode 3. And he's barely in the rest of the season, only in a couple little like video clips. And so he's barely even in season 4. So it's hard to even consider him a lead. But he is campaigning a lead, and I think he'll get in because of the character and, you know, he is like the heart of Succession. He is the big main guy in the whole show, even though he died. So, top 3 for drama actor are all Succession. I think they're all going to get in, which will be rare to have 3 leading actors competing in a category together from the same show. So that'll be cool to see. In 4th place, I have Bob Odenkirk for Better Call Saul. He has gotten in, I think, almost every time. He might have missed once through Better Call Saul's series run. And he is so beloved by his fellow actors, and Better Call Saul is such a beloved show. I mean, I think that if it's not going to be one of the Succession actors winning, maybe if they maybe split the vote, I think Bob Odenkirk could take this for Better Call Saul, which would be awesome if they could get an Emmy win for the whole series run. But yeah, I think he'll definitely get in. He's awesome, so yeah. Number 5 in drama actor, I put Pedro Pascal in for The Last of Us. I mean, he like basically destroyed the internet with, his, people call him daddy. And he's this cool, awesome guy. He was so good in The Last of Us. Like I said, everyone was talking about it. And I think he'll get his first Emmy nomination. I think it's his first Emmy nomination. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I definitely think he's going to get in. Number 6 in cracking into those drama lead actor Emmy nominations, I put Diego Luna for Andor. Like I said before, Andor is this cool new Star Wars show. Diego Luna's been around forever. He hasn't really gotten a lot of awards recognition. So I kind of just threw him in there in hopes that he gets in. I think it'd be great to see him recognized. And yeah, pretty cool. Those honorable mentions are, I have Jeff Bridges for The Old Man. I think he got in for a few precursor nominations at either the Golden Globes or the Critics' Choice. I think he got in. And he's a beloved actor, Oscar winner, and he could sneak in here for sure. I also have Matthew Rhys for Perry Mason. Matthew Rhys is a previous Emmy winner in this category for The Americans, and he also got in for Perry Mason 2 years ago for the first season. I don't know, I haven't heard anyone talk about Perry Mason, but since he's gotten in before, and also they announced that I think it was canceled after the 2 seasons, it was canceled, so maybe he can pop in for the last season. He's a great actor. In my honorable mentions, I also have Kevin Costner for Yellowstone. I think they're on like season 5 or 6 now, and it'd be great to finally see him make it in. Like I said, I think that Yellowstone being on Paramount Plus is an obstacle for him to get in. But Kevin Costner is a beloved actor. He's an Oscar-winning director. And people want to see him get nominated. And they also announced that he's leaving Yellowstone. I don't know if the show is ending, but he's leaving it, so it'd be his last chance for him to get in. So could be cool to see him in. And that is drama actor, what I have so far. Be interesting to see who gets in. Up next, my personal favorite category, we have Best Drama Actress. This race is kind of all over the place. Last year, Zendaya won for season 2 of Euphoria. She is not eligible this year. So, in first place, I have Sarah Snook for Succession. She absolutely crushed it as Shiv in Succession. She is such a talented actress. I think Shiv's a little annoying, but I still love Shiv and I love Sarah Snook. But she just plays the character so well. Sarah Snook was in supporting for seasons 2 and 3. She got in both times. She did not win. And now she's bumped up to lead. And I think that will help her. I think she's going to win. I think she's going to win. And I hope she wins because she deserves it. In second place, I put Melanie Lynskey for Yellow Jackets. She got in last year. And she won the Critics' Choice last year. And season 2, she obviously had a lot of material going, but I think, like I said, mixed reviews. She was obviously great in it, but I don't think she's gonna win. Should definitely get nominated for sure. In third place, I have Bella Ramsey for The Last of Us. It's interesting how they are in contention. So the Emmys only have the male and the female categories, so it's kind of unfortunate for them that they have to be placed in the female category, and even though they identify as non-binary, so hopefully they can. I would still like them to get recognized, and maybe someday the Emmys will figure out a way to not do the gendered categories. But anyway, Bella Ramsey, breakout star of The Last of Us, amazing chemistry with Pedro Pascal. I think they will definitely get in. Number 4, I have Imelda Staunton for The Crown. This is her first year in contention at the Emmys. Claire Foy and Olivia Colman both won for playing Queen Elizabeth for seasons 2 and 4, respectively. And Imelda Staunton is a beloved actress. Some of you guys might know her from playing Professor Umbridge in Harry Potter. She's awesome. And I think she'll get in for sure. Like I said, it's The Crown, so. In my 5th place spot, I have Sharon Horgan for Bad Sisters. She is not only the lead, she is the creator and executive producer. And so the Emmys tend to like these sort of auteur actors, writers, producers, etc. And so I think that she will be recognized for her performance and for her work behind the scenes of the show. In my last spot for a drama actress, I put in Carrie Russell for The Diplomat. Netflix show premiered last month. Got really good reviews. It was like #1 watched on Netflix for a bit. And Carrie Russell is an Emmy darling. She was nominated for The Americans. She was phenomenal in it. Everybody loves her. And I would like to see her sneak in for The Diplomat. Those last few spots are a little up in the air, but those 6 are my top 6 for now. I want to mention a few honorable mentions / spoilers. one of which is Juliette Lewis for Yellow Jackets. She plays an amazing part in the show. Juliette Lewis has been around forever, and it'd be awesome to see her get in for her performance as Natalie. And she sort of has a really big moment in the finale. I don't want to spoil it, but the whole season she sort of is going through this like identity crisis, and she has I really like her storyline with the girl, one of the girls at the like Lottie's commune or whatever, Lisa, I think her name is. I really like that sort of storyline, and yeah, be cool if she snuck in. Another spoiler I could see happening is Elizabeth Moss for The Handmaid's Tale. She previously won for the first season back in 2017, and she's gotten nominated almost every time since. And now I think this is season 5 of The Handmaid's Tale. It's not as talked about, but she's still good in it. It's still great. She could easily be name checked in. So, yeah. And the last honorable mention I will talk about is Helen Mirren for 1923, which is one of the spin-offs, you know, to Yellowstone. And Helen Mirren is an awards favorite. She's also been nominated for a ton of Emmys. She's won a few Emmys. And she could sneak into this race. She's so awesome. Everyone loves her. And it'd be cool to see a Paramount Plus lead acting nomination. So, yeah. Those are my drama actress predictions. I cannot wait to see who gets into that category on July 12th. Next category I will go to is drama supporting actor. In first place, I have Matthew McFadden for Succession. His character Tom has had such great moments this season. I know last season they kind of ended with he kind of threw Shiv under the bus, and now he was like Logan's favorite, and they were separated at the beginning of the season. And then with the ending, like another spoiler coming, turn this off if you don't want to know, but Tom ends up as CEO of Waystar Royco, which was purchased by Gojo. And I think he's going to win this pretty easily. He won last year. He was nominated for season 2 as well. And yeah, he's got this in the bag. So, congrats, Matthew McFadden. Number 2, I have Alexander Skarsgård for Succession. Last year, he was nominated in Guest. This year, he was in almost every episode, and he is just this really cool Swedish media guy, Mattson, and whenever he's on screen, it's just like it's either funny, scary, or just cool. You know, he's just cool, and he has some good material with Sarah Snook with Shiv. He has a lot of scenes with Shiv, so I think that will help him, and he'll for sure get in. There's 8 slots in this category, so number 3, I have Nicholas Braun for Succession. Cousin Greg, could say, is the comic relief of Succession. He's gotten in for the previous 2 seasons. Him and Tom are the best. Their little relationship, it's just so funny to watch and so great. And he had a great season again. So 4, I have Alan Ruck getting in for Succession. He has been overlooked for the first three seasons. This would be his first nomination. And he is just like the underrated character. He's also sort of the comic relief. And in the in the beginning of this season, he's about to get married. Him and Willa are getting married, and the third episode where um, Logan dies is also his wedding day, and it's just like, of course, like this would happen on his wedding day, and so. But he has some really good scenes with Willa, and he decided to get married anyway, so he's gonna get in this year, and it's gonna be great. So my top four are all Succession actors. Shocker, shocker, shocker! I love Succession. So for number five, I have Giancarlo Esposito for Better Call Saul. He has gotten in this category multiple times before. He has also gotten in for The Mandalorian, and I think he got in for Breaking Bad too. And it's the last season. I think he'll get in pretty easily. So yeah. In sixth place, I have Jonathan Pryce for The Crown. He plays Prince Philip, and he's a well-respected actor who's been around for a while, and it's The Crown, so I think he'll get in. In seventh place, I have John Lithgow for The Old Man. I believe he got into either the Critics' Choice or the Golden Globes. I can't remember which, maybe both. But John Lithgow, I think, has won 6 or 7 Emmys throughout his career. He's been nominated in both comedy and drama, and probably limited. So I think he'll get in. He got in for Perry Mason 2 years ago. So I think he'll get in. And lastly, number eight, the person I have getting in is Michael Imperioli for The White Lotus. I think Gold Derby has F. Murray Abraham getting in, but I just think that Michael Imperioli added more to the plot of The White Lotus. F. Murray Abraham didn't really have a lot of plot. He was just kind of there with some scenes with Michael Imperioli, and I mean, Michael Imperioli got in for Sopranos. I think he won for The Sopranos, and he's great in White Lotus, so I think he'll kind of be the representative from The White Lotus getting in. So those are my top eight. Those are who I have getting in for supporting actor. I have a few spoilers that I want to briefly mention. One of those is F. Murray Abraham. I think he could get in because he's a big celebrity. He's an Oscar winner, and he sort of has, like I said, he's the comic relief. He doesn't really have a lot of plot, but he is funny in the show, so maybe he'll sneak in. Another spoiler I have is Jonathan Banks for Better Call Saul. He has gotten in most seasons of Better Call Saul. He's been dropped the last few, I believe. But, final season, Mike Ehrmantraut, great character. Maybe he'll get a nomination morning. The last honorable mention I will talk about is Tom Hollander for The White Lotus. His character was very mysterious, but also mesmerizing at the same time. And I think one of the reasons that will help him get in is how many scenes he has with Jennifer Coolidge. And, everybody loves Jennifer Coolidge. And he was sort of the villain of the season, so maybe he'll sneak in. Those are my predictions for what's going to happen in Best Supporting Actor. So for the last category I'm going to do today, Supporting Actress in a Drama Series, number one is Jennifer Coolidge for The White Lotus. I think she's going to run away with this award. She was the moment when The White Lotus Season 2 dropped last fall. And her whole storyline was so iconic. She had so many memorable quotes, especially in that last episode. And I think that the Emmys are gonna let her finish her speech this year. Last year they played her off, which was rude. So I'd love to see her up on that stage getting that prize, finishing her speech. In second place, I have Elizabeth Debicki for The Crown. She plays Princess Diana, and this is sort of the time in her life, a little bit before her death in the 90s. She portrayed Diana so well. She had the accent down pat, and it's The Crown again, so she'll definitely get in. Number three, I have Rhea Seehorn, or Rhea Seehorn, it might be. Better Call Saul, Kim Wexler, final season. She finally got in last year after being snubbed egregiously for like 5 seasons. She is just obviously she's like one of the only female characters in the show, but she just brings so much to the table, and all of her scenes with Saul, Bob Odenkirk are so great. So love to see her get in. I think she's definitely will. Number four, I have Christina Ricci for Yellow Jackets. She got in last year. Her character, Misty, is so iconic in Yellow Jackets. She's crazy and she's nutty, but she's awesome. She also has a lot of scenes with Elijah Wood. They have really good chemistry. The two of them are so cute. And yeah, she did great this season again, just like last season, so I got her in for sure. In fifth place, I have Aubrey Plaza for The White Lotus. Aubrey Plaza has had a ton of comedic performances in her career, and now she's kind of bringing the drama, and she was so good in The White Lotus. And I think this will be her first Emmy nomination, and deservedly so. She's awesome. Up next, in sixth place, I have J. Smith Cameron for Succession. You'd think I might have her higher because I love Succession, but they did Jerry dirty this season, and she did not have a lot of screen time. She was not in it that much. She only had a few good scenes with like Roman and Frank and Carl and a few one-liners here and there. And I think that's the reason she'll get in. But oh my God, Jerry's amazing. Why couldn't they give her more? I can go on about this, and I won't. But I think she'll get in because of Succession. But it's too bad we didn't see more of her. In seventh place, I have Megan Fahey for The White Lotus. She was the breakout star of The White Lotus. She was so good. Every time she was on screen, you did not want her to leave. And, she had that look in the last episode where she kind of she does this crying face for like 2 seconds and then gets rid of it. She is so good. Everybody was talking about her. I'd love to see her get it in. I think she will sneak in. And last place in this category, I have Anne Marie Duff for Bad Sisters. She plays Grace. She's the widow of the brother who passed away in Bad Sisters. And the reason I have her in is because obviously Bad Sisters is getting into drama series per my predictions. But she won a BAFTA for Best Supporting Actress. And I know the BAFTAs only nominate, European television, British, and Irish TV, but I think that means something. I think that Bad Sisters is gonna have a good Emmy nomination morning, and I think she could be someone that is a shocker in this category, and I think she'll get it. So, I have a few honorable mentions that I want to talk about. One of those is Justine Loop for Succession. She plays Willa, and she is so great. She's like a bright light. in the show. Her and Connor are so cute. And again, she doesn't have a lot of screen time, just like Jason McCameron doesn't. But I mean, if Jason McCameron's getting in, then maybe she can get in. Like, Succession is a huge player, and it might just get all of its actors in. So, love to see her get in. Another spoiler I have is Leslie Manville for The Crown. She plays Princess Margaret, and she's an Oscar nominee. And The Crown is very successful at the Emmys, so never count them out. And my last honorable mention I want to talk about is Carol Burnett for Better Call Saul. She was in too many episodes of the second part of the last season to be qualified as a guest actress, so she is contending in supporting. And it'd be great to see her nominated. She's been nominated a bunch of times before. She's won before for her show. And fun fact, I actually saw her live when I went to go see Jimmy Kimmel live in Los Angeles. She was the guest, and she talked about her brief appearance on Better Call Saul. So maybe she'll get in. Be pretty cool. So that concludes my Emmy predictions for the 2023 Emmys for drama. And yeah, so we're about 3 weeks out from nominations. I think next week I'm going to do a video about the same categories in comedy series. And yeah, I'm super excited. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please, please, please like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends about this channel. I'm just getting started and I'm excited to be here. And also, I'm thinking about maybe doing some listener questions. So if you guys want to email me some questions that you want to hear talked about on this season for the Emmys, email them to me at awardsgambit@gmail.com, and hopefully I'll have some answers for you. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care, and we'll see you next time on the Awards Gambit.